show years before Funimation even was able to license it, when there was really no way of knowing whether or not any of us would ever get to be a part of it. She called me one day and said, "You have to check out this show. Let me give you a disc with a couple of episodes, because you are Tamaki Suho." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll check it out." And I was expecting him to be all hot and cool, and he's a spaz! I'm like, "What are you trying to say?" Don't mince words with me. But as I watched it, I just fell in love with that character. And you know what? The guy that plays Tamaki in Japanese is unparalleled. His voice is amazing. And you know, when we first started recording this, he speaks lower, his lower voice, at least as Tamaki, than I did. Well, I can do that, of course. But that doesn't sound like a high school kid. And so there was that fine line between him sounding like the age he's supposed to be, and at the same time having a kind of a richness and fullness. And it's tricky because the kid that played Tamaki is like 21 or 22 years old. I am not. I'm in the higher 20s. For all intents and purposes. So thank you so much for saying that. We struggled with that because, I mean, she will tell you, I dreamed and really hoped and prayed for the chance to play this character. And I kind of felt like I was afraid that I jinxed myself because, you know, as an actor, the worst thing you want to do is get your sights set on a character before you've been cast, because chances of you getting it, you know, you don't know. But I wanted so much to do a good job with him because he was such a wonderful, endearing character. And I mean, she'll even tell you, I mean, we like, let's do that line again. And she'd be like, well, it was fine. I'm like, I know, but I want to do it again. Because I just want to keep the experience going, and I want him to be the best he can be. So thank you for that kindness, and I certainly did my best to embody Tamaki's personality as much as I could. Question? Another one. Here, over here.
Okay. Do you think we could start a round of the Namahage song?
Well, I think we can if you start it.
Okay. Namahage, Namahage,
Namahage, Namahage, Namahage. That's
like commentary? Yeah. I remember that!
I have to get myself a Namahage. Question. All the way in the back, sir.
Harder to direct than any other? Yes. I'm trying to think of which one that might be. Gosh, can I think about that while we answer other questions? Because that's, 26 episodes to go through in my head. I'm thinking. Someone ask him a question.
What was your favorite blooper? Perhaps when you were king of the host club.
Well, I seriously don't remember a moment of recording. I don't think I've even heard the blooper reel, to be completely honest.
If you have any
I hear
questions,
so many reasons. This is just not one of them. I'm sorry. Go Ouran!
What about when you were king of the host club?
That was me.
That's right. That's Caitlin.
Yeah, I get emails about that. I'm really sorry if you get emails. I get emails where people are confused. They're like, did you really play Haruhi? Because when I heard the outtakes, it's Colleen. I'm like, no, it's me pretending to be Colleen, because I adore Colleen. Another show that I am so blessed to get to be a part of is the new One Piece. Colleen is really awesome as Luffy. She's really fantastic. She blows my mind. So I like to pretend that I could be like a tenth of as awesome as that, and like do random Luffy voices. And it's my dream that one day they're gonna like need a pickup line, and Colleen will be off jet setting. She's not there, and they're like, get Caitlin to do it. And I get to be.
It's her dream that one day I will fall down dead.
No! I know what she does to her
I told
voice.
you she heard that
She
conversation.
has to kill her voice to be Luffy, so I don't really want the role. I just want to get to go in and be like, I'm gonna be king of the pirates, like just once. So that's me.
You know who else wants to play that role is Travis.
The king of the pirates.
I'm still thinking about your question.
Bloopers. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with the bloopers. I don't know. Every time, Tamaki at the end always says, The Ouran Host Club will be waiting for you. And we would always try to, Ouran Host Club will be waiting for you. And, and the Ouran Host Club will be waiting for you. And like, how many different ways can you do it, right? And so one time I was like, waiting for you. The Ouran Host Club will. And Kate was like, let's put that in the blooper reel. And I was like, okay. So I love doing the little, and there were a couple of little Star Wars references that we did. This isn't the, what was it?
You don't need his identification number.
Yeah, there was some.
I think it's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah, but.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and then there was the one where
Tom
Tamaki was running down the steps and he was like, please bring the car around.
It is
And bring the car. I just completely lost it. Please bring. Okay, she's still thinking, so, question? Yes, my dear.
What's your favorite line?
Please bring the car. There are too many great lines. Tamaki's got so many great lines. Yeah, I love that. We were laughing when we recorded it because he's like, Kyoya, Manami.
Mon ami
Mon
is
ami.
French for my brother, my friends.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but Manami, the way he stressed it, yeah, it sounded like he's making a pizza or something. What do you want on your pizza? Manami! But I love the one where, I love, this is so stupid. This is the stupidest, you're gonna be like, that's a line you love? I love when he's sitting in the corner like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm making a hamster home.
Yeah!
I'm making a hamster home? I don't even know why that's funny to me, but it's so cute.
It's really hard to choose an episode that was difficult to direct, because even in the hard moments, I would eat it up. I was just relishing the opportunity to be a part of this show that I love so much. So the hardest episodes for me to direct were probably the last two, because I knew that it was almost over. And I know, it's so cheesy, but like, if I get choked up just thinking about it. Because we worked really hard and fast on this show, so it was just a constant stream of getting to see these actors that I love so much, play these characters I love so much, and watch them come to love them, and what happens to the host club in the end, which maybe you haven't seen yet, so I won't give it away, but like, it was some difficult stuff. But yeah, the end was rough. But I kind of made up for it by going, okay, now that it's over, you guys were talking about bloopers, well, I was thinking, let's go back and do what they're really saying at that last party. So that's like the deleted scene. It's meant to be kind of like you get a DVD and it has extra features of deleted scenes or alternate ending director's cut or whatever. So that's what that was meant to be, with all of us just kind of goofing around. I am the Dragon King. This is the fire of my anger, Kyoya.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. You're right. And if you haven't seen the end of the show, you're gonna love it. When the little minivan pulls up and with explosives all inside it.
And the leprechauns.
Oh
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. What, you kidding me? Get up here.
Yay. While hugging is going on, who has another question? Who has to ask one? Purple
Without
hair.
hugging.
Yeah, oh, hold on. I can't hear you. What is it?
So I was wondering about how the casting was decided. Do you have control over that, or how is that discovered?
Yes, I have control. Like, I get to make the decisions, and so then you might think, well, that's easy. You can just cast yourself in the lead. No, there's no just about it. Like Vic mentioned, I loved the show before we even acquired it, and all I ever wanted to do from the first moment I saw it was direct it. And then as I started preparing to do so in the months ahead of time, I just really started falling in love with Haruhi, as many of you probably do. I mean, she's the heroine. She's invented in such a way so that you endear yourself to her. And I thought, I've never played a role like this. I would really love the opportunity. And I mentioned that to my producer, and he basically said I had to audition just like everybody else. And naturally, I would expect at least that much.